Are you feeling like your voice isn't carrying the same weight it did before in the workplace? Let's change that. It's time to go from invisible to invincible. Hey everyone, welcome back to Healthy Her Midlife. I am Christine, the creator of this YouTube channel and the blog, healthyhermidlife.com. So for many of us, we've been working really hard on our careers all of these decades, or maybe after raising children, we're getting back into the workforce. And now that we're hitting our 40s and 50s, we're filled with all of this creative energy and brilliant ideas. But the problem is, no one in the workplace wants to listen to us. Am I right? Women in our midlife years actually encounter more than one barrier in the workplace. We have always been used to being the woman in corporate America that has its own challenges. But now we're older and ageism is starting to affect us. I recently heard from a female attorney who said corporations are using AI to weed out the resumes of what it perceives as older applicants for jobs. For women, it was weeding out all applications, all resumes for women 55 and older. This is scary. So I recently took a course from Cornell University, and it is the Executive Women in Leadership course. And what I learned in that course was really eye-opening. Some of it was depressing, I'm not going to lie, but it gave me some solid strategies that I can use in my own career to help me feel more seen, more heard, and have more opportunities to have a seat at the table. And today I'm sharing with you the 5 strategies I learned through that course. And the last one could very well make you some extra money this year. So stick around for that. So strategy number 1 is to develop and improve on your executive presence. What is executive presence? Executive presence is a culmination of the way that you communicate, the way that you present yourself, and how you hold space in the room. You want to walk in with confidence and with a clear communication strategy and a composed demeanor. So examples of executive presence would be clear communication, clear assertive speech, strong body language, and actively engaging in high visibility projects. And really important is to dress professionally. This is a sticky subject because I don't want to tell any woman what she should and should not wear, especially at work. But if you want to be taken seriously, you need to dress the part. Your dress should look professional, confident, and authoritative. Studies show that 83% of executives believe that having executive presence significantly contributes to the success of your career. And in the author Sylvia Ann Hewlett's research, and I will link her book, Executive Presence, in the description notes, her study showed that 67% of senior executives felt that gravitas is a really important and the most critical component of executive presence. Now, what is gravitas? Gravitas is the way that you command the room. So the next time you're in a meeting, you're going to want to sit up straight. You're going to want to look people in the eye, and you want to contribute confidently to the conversation in that meeting. So the second strategy I learned is to speak up in those meetings, but speak up strategically. So being visible does not mean that you have to fill empty space and quiet with words. Instead, you need to speak up at strategic points in the conversation to make sure that you are seen and heard. Your words carry more weight when they add value to the conversation. And a study from Catalyst showed that women only hold 32% of upper leadership, senior leadership roles worldwide. Even though we are half of the population, we only have a third of the seats at the table. And a Harvard research study showed that those who speak up strategically in a meeting are going to be 10% more likely to get a raise when they are asked for it, or to be promoted when they are asked for a promotion. So an example of speaking up strategically in a meeting would be, let's say, for example, a colleague is trying to get his point across and he's not communicating his point very well. You could speak up and say, I think what you're trying to say is, and then explain what he was trying to say. That gives you more authority, and that also shows people in the room that you are an active listener. Another way that you can speak up strategically is to volunteer to give updates at meetings, at like regular weekly meetings. You can give updates for your team or for the management team that you're meeting with. The third strategy is the toughest. I'm not going to lie. It's learning how to navigate the double bind. Do you know what the double bind is? You probably do. You just never heard of it in this term. So the double bind is that women are expected to be nice, be feminine, and also be professional, be powerful, and be forceful. And we navigate both sides of these huge dynamics, and we're expected to be both. But we are expected to be both at different times. So that's why you have to really read the room and figure out, is this a time where I'm supposed to be more feminine and submissive? Or is this a time when I can speak up and strongly give my opinion? And not too strongly, because nobody likes a strong woman. We get called bossy, we get called bitchy, and if a man were to say what we're saying, they are not called the same names. They are called engaging, magnanimous, a leader. Women, no, we cannot be that way and expect to get the same compliments. It sucks. It really does. And I have run into this, and it's gotten me into hot water on several occasions. I tend to behave in a way that I think I can behave because I see my male counterparts at work also behaving this way. But I'm a woman and I cannot behave that way. And I'm sorry to say, neither can you. So the trick is to learn how to be firm and approachable and warm and assertive. And the good news is that we women are very creative and we're very perceptive, and we can figure this out. In a McKinsey study, it found that 66% of women believed that they are held to different standards than their male counterparts in the workplace. And I know it's true for me personally, and I bet you think it's true too. So a great example of this, and most of us saw the vice presidential debate in 2020 where Kamala Harris said, excuse me, I'm speaking right now. This is a great example. When you're leading a meeting and you're talking and somebody interrupts you, smile and say, hold that thought. I'll get back to you when I can finish my thought. Thank you. And I'd love to hear your input. And another tip is when you're giving feedback, you can give praise. I loved your presentation. I think it could be stronger if you did X, Y, and Z. Strategy number 4 is to build networks. And I'm not talking about network marketing, and I'm not talking about the cheesy Chamber of Commerce meetings where it's very cliquey, everybody knows everybody else, and you're like, what's the point? I'm not meeting anybody new. That's not networking. You don't have to build your career and build your leadership skills alone. Use your network of friends and colleagues and acquaintances. They're actually your secret weapon. Building relationships will make it easier for you to find new opportunities and advice when you're stuck. Studies show that professionals with a strong network are 70% more likely to advance in their careers. Men tend to network with higher ranking professionals. And the sad thing is both men and women believe that networking with male executives is more important than networking with female executives. So there's another strike against womanhood right there. But I would say what I learned through my course is that it's really important to not just have female professionals in your network, but also male professionals in your network. And you want to look for a network of individuals, not just in your workplace, but also in your career industry and also outside of your industry. You also want to look for professionals who would be not just lateral to you, but also a little above the pay scale for you. Maybe they could be mentor opportunities for you. But you also want to look at the, I don't want to say younger generation, but the professionals who are below you, because those could be proteges for you. And you never know when you are helping somebody move up in their career that they can help you with something as well. So it's really important to have a nice, good balance of individuals in your network. So how do you build your network? You could reach out to someone you admire professionally and invite them for some coffee, for a chat. Make sure too that when you are asking them for help, that you are also offering them help. Nobody wants to be taken advantage of. And then another great idea too is to offer to help on projects at work or in your industry that you know could get you closer aligned with someone that you would like to bring into your network. Okay, are you ready for my last strategy? This is the one. This is the one that could really make a difference for your career this year, and it is negotiate. Negotiation isn't just about asking for a raise. It's about asking for the tools and the resources that you need in order to get your job done efficiently and professionally. And did you know that only 37% of women will negotiate for their salaries versus 57% of men? Negotiating a pay raise can actually lead to an average of $5,000 more per year. So you need to learn how to negotiate. And I know it feels cringy and like you really don't want to do it. So the suggestion that I got from my course was to start on small things. Like every month, I am going to make it a goal to ask for something small that I can feel confident about negotiating for. And I feel like the more I can negotiate every month and on a regular ongoing basis, the less anxious I will feel about negotiating for that pay raise, because I'm all about it. If you do not ask for a pay raise, you will not get it unless you are a public employee, like you work for the state or the federal government. Those are automatic, built-in raises, salary steps. Education too does this. They're automatic raises. But if you are in private industry like me, silence will get you nowhere. So there you have it, ladies, the 5 strategies that I learned in my Executive Women in Leadership course, and I hope that they help you. I highly recommend that eCornell course. It was very eye-opening. A lot of it was maddening that what I experience in my workplace is like, oh yeah, that's going to happen everywhere you go. So you're screwed because you're a woman. But if we can use these strategies to improve our careers and improve our leadership skills, I really believe it's going to get us noticed more and heard more in the workplace. So speak up in those meetings, negotiate those pay raises, and seek out those mentors. The more you practice these strategies, the easier it will get. Don't think of these strategies as changing the way you are. Think of them as improving and enhancing the amazing work you're already doing to make sure that it gets noticed. The more you practice these strategies, the easier they will get, and the more people will see you and recognize you as the amazing leader that you are. So here's a quick challenge for you in the new year. Why not set a visibility goal for yourself for this year? Try leading a project, try presenting more publicly, or posting more on LinkedIn. Visibility doesn't happen by accident, and if you sit around and you keep waiting for someone to see and notice your work, it's not going to happen. You need to be more proactive. Visibility is something that you create. During my leadership course, one of the key things that I really learned and am taking to heart is to balance my confidence with approachability. And it's so frustrating that women have to deal with this double bind of being confident and being approachable and friendly and soft. We have to be both. But therein lies our superpower, is that we can be both. So you've got the tools, you've got the power. Now it's time to take action. This month, I have a free download on my website, healthyher.com. It is an intention card set. The intention card set has to do with wellness and stress, but also career. So go over to healthyhermidlife.com and download the intention card set and subscribe to the weekly email newsletter. The set is completely free, and it will help you stay focused this year on that visibility goal that you have for yourself, and maybe give you more ideas for intentions this year as well. Okay, ladies, that's all I have for you this week. Let me know in the comments below if you are going to set a visibility goal for yourself this year and what it is. I would really love to know. Also, if you have additional tips on how to increase your visibility in the workplace, also let us know in the comments. Don't leave those tips to yourself. You need to share them with your girlfriends. Thank you for joining me today. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time on Healthy Her Midlife.